all have accepted a contract from the devil Bell in his forge. He captured Lulu, one of your companions, and is using her as ransom currently. And you have agreed to take a barge. Well, I guess you guys might not know how you're going to get there. But you guys have agreed to interrogate a captured Sybarex to obtain some information that Bell believes it might have for him. In exchange for this information, if you are able to retrieve it from the captured creature, you will have Lulu returned to you. I can't remember off the top of my head what all the other stipulations of the contract were. One thing I do remember, however, is that, and this is just something that can easily be forgotten about infernal contracts, that nobody asked to check the fine print. So it's possible that you may have agreed to some little extras here and there. Typically, when forming an agreement with a devil, you want to make sure to insight check the agreement itself for any extra hidden addendums. But that is something for another day to resolve. You guys are standing outside of Bell's forge at the base of the large volcano, and I know, Crayley, you really wanted to snag a few of those volcanic flowers. So as you guys are standing around out there, you can actually see a few of them growing around the base of the volcano. Since I didn't give you a chance there.
No, I would definitely take some of that. What was it? Magma blossom. So wait, was it? Yeah, magma blossoms. For sure.
Well, the doors at the base of the fortress grind open, and you guys are kind of standing on an iron road, and this lanky, green-skinned imp comes out of the big doors, out of the shadows. He's got like arms that are longer than his body, and these big fists at the end of his skinny little arms that kind of drag behind him on the ground as he walks. And he comes out and he says, well, I've been instructed to bring you all to the barge so you can interrogate the Sybarex on behalf of Bell. So follow me. We're going to take the iron road down to the river, and it should be safe enough. And he just kind of like walks past you all with his fist dragging on the ground behind him.
Just start to follow.
He's like dragging her feet. She's so tired.
It's gonna be a kind of a long walk, so I would just taking the scenery.
Oh, that's nice.
Starts flying.
My allergies are kicking in pretty hard, so everyone may be fairly nasally for the next couple of sessions. Oh, by the way, this is our 30th session today.
Oh my god.
Man.
Woo!
Woo.
Maybe like 20th for Mammothor, but
Love it.
Just as important.
Yes. What simply raises his hand. What's the thing that we're interrogating called?
it's a Sybarex.
What is that? Is that like a big dog? With like 3 heads?
I'm quite curious myself.
Sybarex is there. Oh, well, go ahead.
They're demons, also known as flesh warpers.
What does that mean?
I think the title's pretty self-explanatory.
Well, I mean, flesh warping sounds like it could either be a really scary thing or a really sexual thing. So I don't know.
Well, they're demons, so it could probably be either.
Yeah, true.
Yes, no creature quite embodies the chaotic nature of the abyss so well as the Sybrix does.
Do you have a name?
Well, the
You
other
look like a.
the other guys just call me Knuckle Dragger.
Oh.
And,
okay.
He's walking, like, painfully slow.
Oh.
And,
Oh my god.
he says, nobody's even asked me that in so long. I don't know if I can even remember my given name. But I'll think about it.
Well, we can just call you KD for short.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, KD.
Well,
You want to ride something? You
What,
look really-
what about you guys? You're all some interesting looking mortals. Where are you? What are your names?
I'm Sylvie, and I'm currently half dead.
Oh yes, I can smell the decay on you.
Thanks.
Your relationship with mortality has changed recently. It seems Bell
Yeah.
likes to do that to people. It's sort of his
Heard.
signature move.
Well, you're KD. I am Craylee.
Oh, that's cute. It almost rhymes.
Almost.
I'm Mavathorm.
Oh, yes, some of the devils have been talking about you.
Oh?
Hope in a good way?
Oh, it depends on
Tiefling is famous.
depends on who you ask, really. Rumors spreading that you've had an audience with the Lord of Lords.
Yeah, I mean, I can confirm that did happen.
Oh, what was it like to be in the presence of our divine master?
A little overwhelming, if I'll be honest. It's not every day you get to see your own god.
I don't
before you.
have too many ambitions myself, but it would be quite something to gaze upon Asmodeus, I have to admit. I'm just a tad jealous.
And I'm left. Hi.
Hi. Well, how about
Can I
you?
offer you a ride? You look really slow and painful. I feel bad.
Sorry, it's a part of my duty. I'm bound to eternally wander the Iron Road for any who need guidance upon it, and it would be a breach of my contract if I allowed you to carry me.
Well, is there a way to make your wandering easier?
Are you in a rush?
No, I just feel bad for you.
Oh no, I know that for you mortals, this place can seem sort of unhospitable, but I assure you that I have quite a good life here. Belle treats me well. I never go hungry, and I know that I might look like maybe I get tormented. Actually, I have quite a bit of weight to throw around here at the forge.
Okay, well, if you like it, that's good.
Must have been well deserved. Your position.
Well, it's in a devil's nature to want to acquire status and power and rise in the ranks, but some of us, we're happy where we are. It's nice, to get out of the forge once in a while and walk the iron road, take in the Avernian air. It's good for the lungs, It can get kind of smelly in the forge, all that hammering and forging and crafting. The fumes can really get you lightheaded.
Oh. Do you want something to help with that?
Well, you're a helpful fella, aren't you?
Well, I can give you. I can give you like something else to smell.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm, I like to stop and smell the flowers when I see them. So yeah, I'm not opposed to it.
Okay. If you'll allow this, Lepus gonna search through his bag, and if he has any like flowers or leaves or anything from the Feywild, just like maybe some sticks and some flower petals. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you could have picked some stuff from like the patch you summoned back at Harmon's Hill.
Yeah. Just he has a little something that's in a little bag, and it's like, here you go. I hope it smells all right.
Kind of like a makeshift potpourri.
Yeah.
He kind of sniffs the bag. He says, "Oh, that is interesting. Yeah. Where are these plants from?"
Lev points to the hill.
He kind of like looks across the landscape towards Harmon's Hill, and he's, "Oh, well, wow. It looks a lot different over there since the last time I was out of the forge. I don't suppose you guys were to blame for that, are you?"
Actually, we are. We killed Harmon.
Oh, Harmon is a real bastard. That's pretty nice job. A real vindictive guy, Impressive. That's impressive. I suppose, I mean, I know you and Bell just met, but, one could argue that, freeing all those souls pinned to the trees was a pretty good deed. Are you all the do-gooder types? Is that why you're here?
I am.
As I think we've come to find out, there's no actually good people in Avernus.
Oh,
so
there are good people in Avernus. Don't listen to him.
Besides possibly Lep.
Well, it's a precarious time here in Avernus with the blood wars going on and all. Everyone's scheming and plotting against each other. Even Bell's looking for his own way back into power to make Zariel look like a fool. I probably shouldn't have said that, but get me talking and it just starts spilling out. Well, I don't know. The winds of change are unpredictable. I would venture to guess that nobody expected an angel to show up and within a matter of a little time become the new Lord of Avernus and overthrow my great master Bell, but there it happened. I suppose for especially cunning devils right now, they view this time of turmoil as a perfect opportunity to claim the throne of Avernus. I suppose the best way into power is to making sure that Zariel fails and winning the blood wars, but I don't know. That could be detrimental to all our existence.
Well, what if she just won the war and then retired?
Maybe that she will, I don't know. She's another figure here in Avernus I haven't really got to know very well. seeing as I serve Bell and always have.
And always will?
Well, I sure hope so. Some, every time I see a devil, sort of start thinking that the grass might be greener on the other side, it never really turns out too well for him.
Well, good thing you're here to help Bell then.
Yeah, I think it's best to develop a set of principles, a belief system, and just stick to it.
And
That
never
works.
change.
I don't know. I think change is good.
Some would change.
Well, I mean, it helps us grow as people.
Yeah, and then also carves way for the demons that want to reduce this multiverse into dust.
Well, we don't want that. I mean, we could do with some change. Like, what if we, made this place a lot more greener and not so red? Or maybe a bit colder. That'd be nice. It's really hot. Or maybe we install, a tea shop. Ooh, that'd be fun.
Will you guys wander the Iron Road for a time? It's kind of like sort of a travel-ish downtime, a little bit, but
Is Smiler with us, right?
yeah.
Okay. Oh, and this is Smiler, by the way. KD.
Oh, I know Smiler, and Smiler just kind of gives the imp kind of a little half grin. Smiler says, Smiler says, so, Knuckle Dragger, how long has, Bell been, holding the Cibrix? And, Knuckle Dragger thinks for a minute. He says, oh, well, Bell's spies got a hold of him, I don't know, 10 days ago, maybe. They've been wringing the ichor out of him ever since. When they first got it, it was squealing all sorts of information, but I think that they've maybe gone a little too far. Fetch, she really likes to, practice her craft. And, you see, Smiler kind of shudder a little bit. He says, shit.
Shit, what?
Smiler says, well, Fetch is an especially cruel character. She's not going to make this easy for us.
Not even with the support of Bell?
Well, all I know is that Fetch has her own arrangement with Bell. I don't know exactly the terms of her deal, but I don't know. She seems to play she doesn't seem to fear him very much, let me say it like that.
Okay. Any advice then, Smiler or KD?
Knuckle Dragger says, well, Belle is growing a bit impatient with Fetch. Normally she does a pretty good job, but the, sorry. The Cybrex is sort of shut down. And he really wants those iron rods. I don't know why he believes that the Cybrex knows where they are, but Belle's grown impatient with Fetch, and I suppose if you're able to get the information out of the Cybrex before Fetch does, that might not play out too well for Fetch. She might even view you as a... I mean, I guess she will. She'll probably view you as a threat.
Good to know going into.
Could she view us as like a friend instead? Like, what if we got her a gift or something?
You might be able to negotiate with her if you have something that she wants.
Well, what is she like?
Well, she's, particularly hungry for magical items and spell books. Anything with power in it, really. That's what Belle pays her in. And, you guys can start to see, you, like, kind of crest over a bit of hillside, and, in the distance now, kind of, cloudy on the horizon. You can see the dark waters of the river Styx in the distance. Even from here, you can see like some kind of large flat iron barge kind of floating on the surface of the water. As you guys get closer to the river, you can see sort of on the lower part of the barge, there's like half a dozen long golden oars coming out of the sides. And at the helm, the only thing kind of on the top of the barge, which is just mostly a flat piece of iron, is a large bone devil.
And I'm going to look to Katie and say, how far away are the Cypriexes?
Oh, well, you know, travel on the river is precarious. How far away is a difficult question to answer sometimes. It is just the nature of Avernus, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys do look a little banged up. I don't doubt that you might have enough time to rest up a bit. Take a load off, you know.
Ooh, nice.
The handsome fella up there at the helm's name is Crinjack, but he doesn't really say much. So it should be peaceful waters if you're lucky.
Did we
Cringe
expect
for a
trouble?
second.
Well, you know, the river Styx is unpredictable, and another rumor that I've heard is that that's where the most of the demons are emerging from. Portals open up in the rivers and floods of demons pour out of them. So it's possible you might encounter some demons along the way.
Oh, that's not good.
And eventually you guys get to the edge of the river Styx. This barge is maybe 40 feet long. You can see now that that you're closer. The golden oars coming out of the sides, actually, the ends of the oars look more like the heads of halberds, like golden halberds. The bone devil, as you guys approach, just kind of like turns its head down towards KD and kind of stares at him, and a plank kind of like slides out and splashes down at the edge of the river, kind of for you guys to come up. KD says, take him to the Cimbrex. They're on the important mission, request of the big man himself. And the bone devil just kind of like nods and waits for you all to board.
Aboard.
I think I'll fly beside you.
Lep says bye to KD, gives him a hug, and then that's all.
Aw.
You guys get up on the barge, and KD says, well, I'll be waiting here for your return if you're successful. And he kind of like waves as the barge lurches off the edge of the bank into the river, and it kind of sways, and then you can hear the waters kind of swooshing as the golden oars below start to sort of rhythmically push the barge along the river Styx. And you guys are sort of now winding along the river, the Avernian wasteland on either side of you as you drift along, passes by. You guys will essentially have a time for a long rest here, so as the barge floats along the river Styx at a slow pace, it's up to you how you guys choose to rest.
Sylvie's definitely gonna just pass out.
Lep is wondering if he can do some weird magical shit or not. I don't think it would work.
You can try and do some weird magical shit.
Well, I'm just thinking, like, it's a river. He doesn't know what it's made out of. But maybe doing some plant growth could have some interesting effects. I don't know. It is a...
You're gonna try and do your 8-hour spell again?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't know what will happen.
Just as of curiosity, are you going to do this till you're dead?
Probably.
Okay. Can you click the spell for me?
Yes.
8 hours. So I guess, you know, if I'm gonna interpret it, you know, you might imagine that doing this, you're gonna be spending time stationary, but I guess, you know,
I mean-
it just says plants in a half-mile radius centered on a point within range become enriched, and so I think maybe at the end of the 8-hour ritual, you know, then it's like within a half mile of wherever, you know, that you just end. So
Yeah.
wherever you end up, it will enrich the land around that point. So I don't have any problems with you doing that. You'll just take another level of exhaustion, you know, and not gain any of the benefits of a long rest.
Oh, okay. I mean,
If you cast it as an action, that's different.
Okay.
But if you do
Okay, that's fine.
if you do the full 8 hours, you know, that's the cost of it.
yeah, that's fine. Let's do it.
I have a follow-up question to that then. So the plants that I picked, are they going to be affected by that?
They could be.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll wait and see.
Sylvie,
So-
no, go ahead.
So would I be at 1 level of exhaustion or 2 levels of exhaustion?
Well, you have one currently, right?
Yes. So it would be 2.
It
right?
would increase to 2. Yep.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
No.
Actually, Twig says, I can't help but notice that twinkle in your eye there, Lep. What's going on?
Huh? Oh, I'm just trying to see if this works on a boat in a river.
Well, you need to rest, Lep. It's unwise for you to continue to tax yourself in this way. Part of my job is to make sure that you take care of yourself.
Well, we'll have another rest soon, and I can rest then.
Well, as long as you promise me that the next time we have a rest, that you'll take advantage of it.
If you want, I'll even write it down.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news to the Autumn Courts.
Yeah.
Just as you are
Okay.
bound to their service, as am I, and it would not look favorably upon my reputation were to you to perish in some unwise manner of your choosing.
That's true.
Do
Okay.
we overhear this? Sorry.
Yeah, you guys are all on the barge.
Well, next time we sleep, I'll actually sleep, okay?
Prop.
Can I ask what you're trying to achieve? You know, it is possible that I haven't thought that perhaps you have some drop of pure genius somewhere down inside of you there, Lep, and I'm willing to admit that I may have overlooked this. So is there some ultimate plan that you have that will
Well, yeah.
surprise me, I suppose?
Well, yeah. I mean, think about it. Look at how, like, bad this place is. There's, like, no place to rest or, like, chill or relax or do anything. It's like you're in a constant, like, fight for your life. But, like, being able to like help, I guess, help the land. I don't know. It feels good. Like, I don't know. Maybe it helps people in the future and like does something good and like, goodwill and karma and all that fun stuff.
Uh, Lep, Twig, if I may interject. Part of me sees where you're coming from, Lep, but I don't see how that would achieve our end goals that we're trying to go for now, especially after I have now made 2 deals, not only with you, but now with Bell. I think our focus should be on the end goal here.
Okay. But this helps.
I guess I don't see it how it helps our end goal of getting back to the material plane, saving those that we left behind, helping Sylvie find her sister. I don't see how this helps.
Well,
Especially if it's at a cost to, for lack of a better term, your health, when I think we will need you in the fight to come.
fine, 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 fine. Okay.
Thank you, Lep.
Get
Yeah.
some sleep.
Sylvie, as the barge is drifting along the dark waters of the river, and you finally are able to hunker down and rest, you can still sort of taste the tail end of that last potion you drank as you pass out. And as you are entering the lands of slumber, you hear the sound of a chain rattling. And you wake up in this dark space, much like where you had a seance with Dolos' spirit. Just this plane of empty blackness. And you're kind of looking around and trying to find the origins of this sound. And sort of out of the edge of your vision, you catch the glint of light above you. And you can see being lowered from the blackness is an iron lantern on the end of a chain. And it sort of falls down to your eye level. And there's a little mote of colored light floating around inside of it that sort of pulses and blinds you momentarily, and as your vision kind of comes back through little spots in your eyes, you can see a multicolored winged butterfly flapping around inside of this lantern. And you hear a little voice as it's fluttering there say, have you forgotten me already?
Oh, never. I haven't had a chance. We've been so busy. I promise, I haven't given up on you yet.
You're changing. There's not much time before you forget me, Sylvie, sister. There may not be much time before he uses me, and I'm gone forever. Every day he consumes more souls. Every day a new tower grows dim as he consumes us one by one.
How much time do you have? Do you know?
Her little voice is about to answer you, and then there's like a flash of green energy, and you see this wilted hand swoop out of the darkness with like green flame flickering around it, and it grabs onto the lantern and yanks it out and away.
No, wait.
You hear the chains rattle as it all disappears all at once, and then everything kind of goes black again.
I wake up and I immediately run to Krayley and I punch him in the shoulder to wake him up.
Fuck! What's going on?
I need to find my sister now.
Do you see her?
I had a dream or something. She was telling me that time's almost up, and she was getting pulled back by this chain. I think she might be at her end. We have to leave now, Krayley.
Sylvie, my promise was to help protect the people of the material plane and to help you find your sister. Where are you saying we're Sylvie, I guess, where do we go?
Tower.
A tower?
Yeah, it was Arcan's tower or something like that. Elvira, she drew the map. She showed me where it was, but the map always changes.
You see, nearby you guys, Smiler's kind of laying on his side with his winter cloak sort of draped over him, so he just looks sort of like a little mound of snow. And you hear his voice say, from under his cloak, the Sybrix might know where it is.
we get there any faster.
Would Crinjack know? I say to Smiler.
He might. But he doesn't seem as though he's the chatty sort. And you can see that the Bone Devil is sort of standing there at the wheel of the barge, just kind of like swaying with the wheel, keeping the barge straight in the river. Every once in a while, he'll like flick his tail on the iron deck of the barge, and it will sort of ring, reverberating below him, sort of letting the whatever's rowing below know that they mustn't quit.
Sylvia will go up to him.
Yeah.
Hey, Bone Devil guy, do you know where Arcan's tower is?
He nods his head once, up and down.
Can you take us there?
He nods his head once side to side.
I'll follow Sylvia up there, and let's see. Crinjack, we may be new down here, but KD kind of let us know that time is not exactly flat. Couldn't you make a detour?
Soul
or is there
coins.
something you would want in return? Yep.
When you say soul coins, he actually turns his head to look down at you. And he extends slowly one of his long, spindly bone arms down to you and holds out his palm.
Sylvie will hesitantly go in the bag and pull out 2 soul coins and hand it to him.
He
Crinjack, with
his palm open, he kind of does like a little gesture with his finger.
Okay, she'll put 3 more in there.
His big long fingers kind of close around before he can fully pull your hand away. He kind of clenches on you momentarily, and you feel like a little pulse of energy, and he lets you go, and the little pile of soul coins has kind of disappeared, and then he turns his head back forward and does like a half turn on the wheel, and you guys continue floating along the river. Mavathor, is there anything during this rest that you want to discern or achieve?
Not at the moment. He probably just wants to rest.
And Lep,
Yeah.
you know, the your companion Krayley and Twig tried to talk you out of your little ritual. That doesn't mean that you have to obey. What are you going to choose?
Oh.
Have you been casting in secret anyways?
He totally would. Yeah.
Fair.
I don't want to dictate your choices, but I feel like that's
No,
something
yeah.
Twig would have done to caution you against this foolish
Yeah.
decision, right? I think it's within the bounds of what you told me you kind of wanted him to be for you.
Oh yes, definitely.
Okay.
But with let listen, I don't know. That does bring me to a question. So, because of that, I would gain another level of exhaustion, and I wouldn't get any benefits of a long rest.
Correct. That's what happens when you don't rest during a long rest.
Well, because my question is technically, and I'm gonna be technical with this. As an Eladrin, I believe when we're resting, we're not actually asleep. We're in something trance. So we
Yeah.
are technically awake.
You have
So,
to.
I mean,
you have
he
to
is
do. You have to
concentrating
trans. You have to trans uninterrupted for 4 hours, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I believe. I'm just pulling this out of the top of my head, but I believe that
Yeah.
if it's similar to an elf, you still have to trance for at least 4 hours uninterrupted, and your spell requires 8, so that's why you can't do both.
So there's no way I could get
Because it's 4
Even
hours
a
of
short
trancing, doing non-strenuous things. These are just general resting rules. So,
yeah.
casting a spell during that time counts as not a restful activity. It's an active activity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm just trying to see how much I can get out of this.
So that portion of what would be a trance for you, you're spending concentrating on this full effect. And if you think about it from the perspective of what actually happens at the end of it, you're creating a change in the environment in a half a mile radius. So it's not like it's a taxing magical event that you're the source of. The magic is coming from you. So it's the spell is one action or 8 hours. These two things have different effects, and so if you choose the 8-hour portion, that's the duration of the rest, which consumes the 4 hours of trance that you would need normally to get the benefits of just having a rest. So you wouldn't be able to complete the cast time portion of the spell required for it to actually have the effect that you want to have of casting the spell.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the penalty of not resting during a long rest. Is you gain a level of exhaustion, you don't get the benefits of a long rest.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's not like I'm trying to punish you.
No,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. No, I get that. He would still do it though.
No.
He knows the risk, but it's okay.
Okay.
I just got to set something up real quick because I wasn't necessarily prepared for the diversion here. So let me... I had previously prepared for some of these other locations, but then we went another way. So let me just whip out my...
Oh, my speed is... That's not too bad. Just that and disadvantage on ability checks. That's fine.
Okay. There we go. Okay, that's where the
Whatever
others are.
happened to that mystery potion?
Oh, Sylvie has her answers.
Okay.
Oh. The answer was needed to sleep.
Yeah, it really was.
All right, here we go. There we go. I need that. Maybe I need this. Okay. Okay, that should be good. So Lep, you against
Better judgment.
the requests of Twig and your companion. Oh, this is too loud. You concentrate on your spell, trying to enrich the lands of Avernus, attempting to bring some of the Feywild here for the second time. Roll a d100.
Okay. $31.
That's so close.
Oh, no.
That's so close. Okay.
Can I use an inspiration to reroll it?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
This is just, a lot of improvisational stuff. None of this I was really very prepared for. As you guys are nearing what you feel like would be the end of your long rest, you sort of the traveling the river Styx is sort of abstract. It always feels like you're going straight, but the river does bend, wind, turn. The barge always moves at this continual, steady pace, and traveling through Avernus in general sort of feels like this. It's hard to maintain a sense of direction. Near the end of some time passes, that's sort of indiscernible. And you guys do feel like you've had enough time upon the barge to get a long rest, so you can reset some of your stuff. Those of you who had a long rest, having your dream and waking up and stuff like that, Sylvie, doesn't affect you. So you guys, everyone but Lep, essentially.
Good job, guys. You listen to reason.
But as you guys are still resting upon the barge near the end, I would say make a maybe also make a deception check for me, Lep.
Oh yeah, sure. Let me pull it up. I gotta make this.
Okay, that's good. You managed to conduct the ritual of your spell without Twig or anyone else really noticing. Keeping concentrated on it throughout the duration of the travel along the river. Towards the end, though, you feel Smiler's presence beside you as you're sort of still kind of tranced out, but working on finishing the spell. And you hear him whisper into your ear, is it really you?
I hope so. Is this meant to be a knock-knock joke?
You said my true name. We locked eyes.
Oh, yeah.
We locked eyes when you came down the beanstalk. But it's been so long since I have seen a familiar face. Is it really you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm here, real and all. I
Um,
can poke myself, so that means I'm here.
you know, when you first met Smiler, you thought you recognized him, but it's been a long time, and he sort of threatened you when you used his name from the days that you knew him when you were boys. Um, you know, ever since then, you've been questioning whether or not this is the boy you once knew back in the Feywild, one of your old and only friends. Because he just seems so different, and that is just the effect that Avernus has on a non-native. You feel, as you're finishing your spell, feel the weight of Smiler's wiry frame as he kind of drapes his arms around you. And he you can feel like as he slumps against you, and you can feel his like cheek touch yours. You can feel his like cheek is wet from maybe a few tears. And he says, "I'm so sorry." And then he lets you go, and just walks away and like wraps his cloak back over himself.
I think Lep is just stunned. I don't know what would be a better word for him.
And
he's just feeling a mix of emotions.
And then up ahead along the right bank of the river, atop a tall sort of blood-stained bluff, you see a impossibly tall, jagged obsidian tower shooting up, reaching up towards the sky. And it has these jagged peaks along the outer periphery of it, and you can see on one half of the tower, littered along the ledges, are little motes of glowing light, souls trapped and resting precariously on these jagged obsidian ledges high on the tips of the tower. The other side of the tower, you see lanterns on the ledges as well, but they're all dim. And as you guys feel the barge kind of lurch as it hits the edge of the waters, the plank slides out and thumps onto the ground. And as you guys are sort of staring up at the tower there, you can see it's also sort of bristling with charred skulls mounted on iron spikes. The tower's apex sort of splits into 5 narrow spires that jab up where the souls are all kind of resting, sort of like clawed fingers, and then at the very top, circling the tower's peak, is a great white dragon stained with ash and soot.
I wonder if we can say hi to the dragon.
I think that's a good idea, Lip.
Yeah, why don't you walk over there and see how that turns out for you?
I can't remember if it was like overheard by everybody, I guess. Like, does everybody know that we made this detour?
Probably just you.
Ooh, okay. All right.
The Bone Devil sort of turns his head down towards you all as the plank shoots out for you guys to disembark. You hear the oars sort of splash into the river as the barge anchors down.
Sylvie, I think it's only fair.
We had to make a bit of a detour.
Why?
I had a dream last night. My sister came to me. Well, her soul did. She doesn't have much time left. And I'm afraid if we don't go now, I won't be able to save her. There was a hand that came. She was like in a chain and started pulling her, and I'm afraid she doesn't have much time left.
And you're basing this off of a dream.
No, dreams are very important, Mavador. They show a lot of
And-
importance.
An old acquaintance, enemy, terrible
Cool.
being of ours hinted, maybe not hinted, but implied this might be the location to find her.
Cool.
My sister.
Sylvie. Yeah, sorry.
Are you good?
Sorry.
Wait, are we talking about the soul or who
Sorry.
showed
just
us here?
I thought it was. Maybe I miswrote it in my notes. I apologize. I apologize.
No, yeah, Sylvira showed us where to go.
Okay.
Okay.
So then whose tower is this?
I guess his name is Arcan. It's called Arcan's Tower.
Oh. Well, maybe he likes tea. Maybe we can have like a dinner party with
No,
him.
no tea, no
No?
dinner party, no.
Why?
Because he's
Is he
not a nice
bad?
man. Yeah, he's a bad
Oh.
man.
As you disembark,
Well-
Lep, unlike the last time you performed this spell, that did enrich the Harmon's Hill, causing some of the local plant life to blossom all around the hill. Stuff mostly native to Avernus. This time something a little different happens. Why don't you describe how the landscape changes in a half mile around you all as you disembark the barge, sweaty and exhausted?
You want me to describe that?
Yep.
Okay. How far am I allowed to go with this?
I'll tell you when, like a pepper shaker, you know?
Okay. So I think as Lep steps off, like from like his foot touching
the DC in
the
my head
ground.
for this was 30%, so you missed it by 1. So not all the way is probably as far as you want to go, but close enough. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think grass does grow, and I think, like, I imagine, like, from his foot touch down to the ground, like grass rises from it, and it, like, in like a circle, just expands and I don't know, crosses the river Styx. It's like this plain of grass, and as it's going, you see like little, like blooming flowers, and something that looks surprisingly nice, and you see, I guess, tree trunks, not actual trees, and it's like it looks very nice, but it looks like something was made and then stopped being built. So you have like half finished trees, you have flowers with less petals. It looks weird, but it looks, if that makes sense.
Smiler runs off the barge and blows past you guys, and he does like a belly flop in the luscious fey grass and kind of flips over on his back, and he starts doing like a grass angel.
Sylvie's head snaps over to Lep. Lep, what did
Yeah.
you do?
I did something fun.
You told us you were gonna go to sleep.
I mean, I was going to, but then you guys all went to sleep, so I didn't go to sleep. And it's fine, look at this. And he picks up a flower. Doesn't this look really nice?
Oh God, Lep.
It's a 5-leaf clover.
I see that, and it's pretty. But you're missing the point.
But this is nice.
Twig.
It
I
is.
mean-
Shakes his head and says, "If he dies, he dies." And he starts walking towards Archon's tower.
Twig
I'm not gonna die.
Twig kind of does a couple hops between the three of you, and he looks up at you, Lep, and shakes his head, and he says, "This was my fault. I have mismanaged my responsibilities. I will be more diligent from now on." And he looks up at you, Lep, and he says, "There's too much of your mother in you. I'm disappointed." And he hops over falling Mavathor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I still think it was worth it. And I think he like has a pout on his face as he's grabbing some flowers.
Oh.
So you guys can see this sort of precipice here above you. You know, the obsidian of the tower sort of bleeds into the land, and it spiders down kind of into the veins of the red stone rock. You're all sort of going to have to probably walk up and around the plateau there to get to the flatlands beneath Archon's tower. You can see that, you know, the soot and ash-covered dragon flapping its wings above the tower, seems to just sort of be, patrolling the area. So it's possible you could be spotted at any moment, you feel. But it seems as though for the moment you haven't been. Why don't you guys make some stealth checks for me?
Would you allow Lep to cast a spell?
Sure.
Okay. Would you allow him to cast Pass Without Trace?
Yeah.
Okay. He casts Pass Without Trace. So everyone within 30 feet, including me, gets a 10 plus bonus to stealth checks.
Nice.
And can't be tracked except by magical means.
36.
I'm invisible.
You guys don't even know where I went.
Let me see.
No, where's Sylvie?
Oh no.
Oh, I got. Yeah.
Oh boy.
36, 31, 18, and 14. Well,
All right.
that one.
And one.
We're gonna call it an average. So maybe what, DC 17 for the dragon.
Average is 24.75.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Thank you for doing the math.
24.75. As you guys make your way along the bottom of the plateau, the hillside sort of ascends. You guys are keeping your eye on the dragon flying above the tower, and you could make some insight or perception checks if you'd like. As you guys near as the hill sort of ascends, and you start to near where the hill rises to meet sort of flat ground, Lep and Krayley, I think both of you notice that the pattern in which the dragon begins to fly becomes a little less sporadic, and it starts taking these more deliberate loops around the tower. Every time it circles, kind of going lower and lower. You're quite certain that you have been spotted. The dragon rolled a 26 on its perception check. But it's trying to sort of disguise that it's noticed you. Suddenly, as it's circling down and around, as you guys reach the top of the hill, at the base of the tower, its wings kind of go out wide as it flies around to like the side of the tower that you guys are on, and it lets out this piercing dragon roar. Shards of ice go shooting out of its mouth as a big gust of cold breath spews forth, and creatures begin to rise up from the dust in the ground in front of the tower. And we'll take a little mid-session break here so I can set up a map.
Okay.